it's not often we get to talk to people who have gone through what you went through, especially from that side. We talk to rappers all the time who have bad contracts. We talk to entertainers who end up fucked up in the game off the strength of this, that, and the third. But it's not all the time we run into somebody from the film world, television world, and we get to see it play out scene by scene. You dig what I mean? Like in real time, it's different when they come back around and tell you, oh, my contract was this, that's why this happened, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But for you, we damn near saw every step, and it was a downward step. What was that like living through it with everybody watching, everybody knowing your business?
Bro, that shit was hell. Cause you gotta understand, yo, like the shit started off with my daughter situation, you feel me? And then it just never stopped. Everything just kept declining. And it was like, I believe at the time, it was just like on some shit. It was just bad luck. But you know, when you sit back and you start thinking about this shit, when you out of the situation, I had the wrong people around me. You feel me? And it was like, I'm doing so much and I'm doing their job too. And there's not no excuse because you gotta pay the cost to be the boss. But when you insulate yourself with the right team, shit like that don't happen. You feel me? And that's why I just feel like in this chapter of my life, that shit was supposed to happen like this. Some people they sit back and be like, damn, nigga went through hell, I'm gonna just give the fuck up. I'm not wired like that. I'm more like a nigga who's basically walked through hell and happy because my feet keeps working, bro. Because I know I'm gonna get through it. I just gotta learn this lesson. And every loss is a lesson. I always tell people that shit. I could have sat back and be like, man, fuck that. I'm gonna go to Zeus. I'm gonna go to this. I'm gonna go to that. Nah, my nigga, I'm not being a puppet no more. I called myself a boss and then I turned around and got fired. How the fuck am I a boss? So I had to really sit back and really calculate my life. That's why people ain't see me outside like that. People ain't see me parties. Because at the end of the day, when you're starting to grow, you gotta step back from everything and clear your mind. Because at the end of the day, there's no backup plan for niggas like us. You feel me? You're the backup. You feel me? So at the end of the day, I had to sit back and like, nah, I can't do this, yo. And I just changed a lot of things in my life. Like as you see, I started bodybuilding. Like who the fuck would think Caesar be bodybuilding, yo? I had to take that almost as my therapy to not crash out. Because I had things to crash out about, but then it's like, no one hears you when you sitting there basically crying, bro. You sitting crying out for help, but no one's gonna hear you because you helped everybody else. You can help yourself. And that's the point, you know what I mean? I see it right now with certain situations, big name people, you know what I mean? People don't want to say it, even with Diddy. He helped wild people, even though, you know what I mean, he's going through it. No one says nothing about him. Yo, Diddy, hold your head. Nigga rapping crack jokes, and then it's like, damn, man, you really have families on that other shit. You know what I mean? At least niggas say and say, yo, hold your head. I remember when I was going through this whole shit, bro, I ain't heard nothing from nobody, bro. I remember how many people I really put on. They ain't have no real talents, no nothing. And I sat there and made sure niggas was making 6 figures a year and better. So it was like, where was the remorse for me? But then I had to step out of that shit because a lot of people want to play victim. I'm not a victim, bro. I just went through some situation and I had to get myself the hell out of it.
Well, first of all, good to see you on your feet.
Good looking, bro.
Like, first of all. Second of all, I'll get back to that. When the first domino fell,
right,
and you're thinking to yourself, it's not that bad. You're trying to, this will blow over, this will go away.
Right.
But then the next thing happens, and what was the point when you realized it wasn't gonna stop, and this downward slide was gonna continue?
Honestly, it didn't stop till I hit the bottom. It didn't, because it wasn't nothing. It was like the train was moving and I couldn't get in front of it. Like regularly, I'm good in getting in front of some problems, you feel me? But I couldn't get in front of most of this shit because it wasn't nothing I could really do. It was people that was close to me doing this shit. And it was like, I couldn't see it coming. A lot of shit I didn't see coming. I'm like, oh, and they had me stuck to the point that I regressed in myself. I'm sitting here like, oh shit, this person did this shit to me. Oh shit, this person did this shit to me. I'm sitting back watching that shit, and it was like that shit it had me almost dumbfounded to the point that I couldn't react. And I'm quick to react and get shit solved. I couldn't solve that shit.
Which one hit the hardest? Not gonna say your daughter because that's family. Everybody can understand that. But like, which situation really? Wow, you?
I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of people that was like, wow, you. But at the end of the day, it was always my daughter. That shit still affects me now to this day. Even in our relationship, it's like, yo, you could have cleared this shit up, and no, you didn't, bro. And it's like, I can't say I have any discrepancies towards it now that, you know what I mean, we're trying to get through it. But it's like, damn, bro, like you really did that to me, your father. And it was like, ever since then, I had this wall up against me. Like, you know me and shit like that. Like, I'm always happy, go lucky and shit like that. Like, fuck it, we living life, we making money. It is what it is. But it's like, that shit started to make me, I wouldn't say depressed, but I just started feeling like I didn't want to be around people.
Well, you don't know who you can trust.
Exactly. You know what I mean? It's like, when I always heard when old school, you grow up around your peoples, your niggas, and you hold them down. When I found out my niggas ain't my niggas, it's like, oh shit, what the fuck? Oh, I'm by myself in this world. Because I always sat there and thought, like, if you take your peoples with you, you always gonna be with your people. Y'all gonna grow old together, sit back and rocking chairs, laughing about the old days. But it ain't like that, yo. That shit was a fairy tale. And that bubble had to get popped. I thought, like, I brought with me, you know what I mean? We on TV, we getting money, and it's like, damn, you just left me for dead. And I had to take that. And I'm still sitting there like, I'm not making myself a victim because I never want to be that. It was just that I was expressing what was going through my head. It was like, I gotta get through this now.
So how's your relationship with them now?
You ever been on my Instagram?
Nah, I haven't.
All right, if you ever see my Instagram, you don't see no pictures of them. There's nothing like that no more. You feel me?
Right.
Like, the closest person to me was Ted. I ain't talked to him in like 2 years.
Damn.
And this was all based off of what happened with the show and that situation?
With almost everything, with all the situation, you feel me? Because if we call ourselves family, we supposed to stick together through thick and thin. And I don't sit here and put anybody's business out, but I've been there for people thick and thin, not giving a fuck and shit. Like, putting my own job and my own career on the line to make sure shit don't happen how it's supposed to happen. I'm trying to get off the screen and fire them. Nah, it ain't happening. We all grew up together. We all eat together. That was what my mind frame was. So when I seen certain shit, I was like, damn, I made sure you was good for the last 10 years. And you couldn't just sit there and hold me down or you say something in a situation like, yo, this nigga ain't that bad, bro. He went through something. You know what I mean? Everybody go through something. They didn't even comment on me. And I, like I said, I had to sit there and eat that because everybody be sitting there pointing, man, that, yo, he should have did this for me. Nah, I'm just saying the obvious. I'd have done that, but everybody ain't true.
You think that any one of them really wanted your spot? And like kind of like wanted to see you fall so they can rise up?
If you watch everything, you watch what was going on after I left,